So we're now going to go to Denise Mckenna. She's from the UK. She's devised with other people a WIT survey. She's going to quickly recap what that is, and we're going to put the links in because it's now ready to go. Denise talked about it a couple of weeks ago and it sounds really great, but over to you, Denise, to explain it, and we'll put the links in.
Okay, hi. Yes, so I'm from Women Is This, and I did speak at the webinar a couple of weeks ago about the Women Is This survey, or the WIT survey that we're carrying out. We're a collective of women who are carrying out this survey to collect data on the impact of gender identity ideology on women's mental health. And the aim is to gather large-scale empirical data that can be shared with policymakers, practitioners, researchers, the general public, shared with everyone. So I am only speaking briefly today to remind you of the survey and to tell you that it's now live and it's ready for you to complete. So please complete the survey and share the link widely amongst all of the gender critical women, or the radical feminists, the lesbian feminists that you know, and also within the similar groups that you belong to. And obviously, the more replies we receive, the greater weight the survey will carry, the greater weight the results will carry. Now, it's a fairly long survey. It takes a minimum of 30 minutes to complete. It can take much longer, depending on how much you want to say. And it does cover many aspects of gender identity ideology. It did occur to us that the length of the survey might put some women off of completing it. We had to weigh that against the importance of obtaining comprehensive data. And we decided in the end to go for a longer survey that will give us a greater range of information. So there are 8 sections in the survey. These are general questions, children and young people, holding gender critical views, lesbian erasure, women and professional spaces, information and misinformation. Then there's a section on more disparate issues, and finally that's followed by some demographic questions about you. And you will have the opportunity to write at length about these issues, but you don't have to if you don't want to. There are many questions that can be answered with a simple tick in a tick box. It's up to you how much you want to put in, because we're collecting both quantitative and qualitative data. So the survey is not aimed at any one group of women. For example, it's not specifically aimed at women who live with ongoing mental health problems. It's for all women to complete, because we believe that gender identity ideology is harmful to all women in multiple ways. And we believe that it is an existential threat to all women. If, however, you do live with mental health problems, ongoing mental health problems, and the imposition of gender identity ideology has made these problems worse, then we want to know about that too. And it's important that we record and report on all of the harms we're experiencing as a result of this ideology. And it seems to me that we have been, and we continue to be, victims of some kind of crime that's happening on an industrial scale. And I see this survey in terms of some kind of victim impact statement. So it will enable us to give our collective and individual testimonies. And I spoke previously about the importance of us understanding the social and political causes of mental distress. And it's vital that we make this link between mental and emotional distress and what is happening in society, because the distress that we are experiencing doesn't emanate from within us, but it's a normal response to a society that holds women in contempt. And we must shout from the rooftops about the harms that their actions are causing us, hold them to account and bring these harms to an end. And remember also that any mental or emotional distress that you experience has a negative effect on your general functioning in many areas of your life. So where society causes us this kind of harm, we're being put at a disadvantage in multiple ways, and we're being discriminated against on a very large scale. So we want women from all countries to complete the survey. Unfortunately, it's only available in English because we have limited resources. If you want to translate it into another language, that would be fine, but we would require the results to also be translated for us. Now, the survey should be completed by the 4th of December 2021, so there's quite a lot of time, and we will produce a full report early next year, which we will be using in numerous ways, from lobbying organisations to informing the public and a whole load of other things. And we will be promoting the results of the survey aggressively, and they will be available there for all of you to use as you see fit. The information you share with us will only be used in a way that respects your anonymity, unless you agree for it to be used differently. So we're therefore asking you to make us aware if you're willing to speak publicly, whether that's openly or you want your name and voice to be anonymous, but you're happy to speak and have that published about what you're experiencing and what you have experienced. So we'll be using the final report, as I say, in a very forceful way to ensure that women's mental well-being is always at the centre of any discussion about gender identity ideology. And of course, the findings, the survey findings, will be available for all of us to use as a collective resource, all of us women, not just the women in WIT. And I would just say, let's say finally, that it's very timely that it's being launched this weekend, because tomorrow is World Mental Health Day, and there are a few things in this society more important than the mental well-being of women. So, and you can email us if you want any further information, or if you want to comment in the survey in any way. Email address is witsurvey2021@gmail.com, and that's all lowercase. Thank you.